Do you remember the Chief Information and Digital Officer at Oxford University Hospitals? You probably hadn't heard of him until someone tipped them off that he had fabricated his qualifications and it was all over the news. Or John Andrews only last month, who as a former builder lied his way into several top NHS jobs, including being CEO and chairman of 2 NHS trusts with a fake MBA, PhD and a history of senior management roles. How about the 6 HSBC bankers in Birmingham, England, who were fired over reenacting and posting a mock terrorist beheading on social media? Perhaps one of the worst stories you might remember was Byron Burger, when the company had failed to check right-to-work documentation and was then forced to entrap 20 of their own staff with a fake meeting about a new burger recipe where they were ambushed by immigration officials. Byron had no choice or faced ruinous fines, but it felt grubby, and arguably the brand never really bounced back. With the changes to the law this month, that one should be particularly top of everyone's mind. Each story was a crushing embarrassment to their organisation. It had a huge negative impact on the careers of not just the individuals, but the people who didn't get it right. There are far more examples of FCA-regulated businesses who haven't done proper checks and where the consequences are even more serious, with vast fines, not just for the business, but actually the individuals involved as well. Each case would have been avoidable with proper background checks. Even if you avoid a very public scandal, a bad mid-level manager on 42,000 costs an estimated £132,000 for business. The cost of mishiring a developer in the tech world has been estimated to cost up to $1 million as their bad work lingers in the code base for years to come. Even a very bad junior hire who is exited quickly from the business is estimated to cost 30% of their annual salary. Businesses have woken up to the risk. In the past 5 years, the number of checks carried out in the UK has risen from 4.3 million to nearly 6 million. Since 2017, the number of basic DBS checks has processed gone up by 500%. Still, only 3 in 5 businesses are routinely screening 75% or more of their workforce, much less than the 95% in the US. Considering 53% of all job applications contain inaccurate details, and 79% of people who lie on their job applications say they get away with it, you might think we would do better. But it's understandable things slip through the gap. Think how much it costs you in terms of speed, admin, and the candidate experience to do a background checking and referencing. It's painful, and the least part of many of your team's jobs. Think about the carefully wooed candidate who has just gone through your process, optimised to showcase your values, culture, and competence. Then the candidate has an awful, admin-heavy, and frustrating experience right at the end, right when they should be feeling happiest with you and your organisation. The best moment becomes stressful. Perhaps you're scaling, or responding to the Great Resignation, hiring at volume in a constant competition for talent where speed is everything. You've gone to huge lengths to shave your time to hire stats. Suddenly, all that hard work is squandered as your provider takes 2 weeks to get a DBS check done or check their education. Most likely, you are part of the 85% of HR and talent teams that are overstretched. You wish to spend your time transforming DE&I, employer brand, competing for talent and candidate experience, but there is no time. References, background checks are an essential element to your process, but it's something that should be effortless, fast, brand reinforcing, not manual, not brand damaging, not a time suck that is slowing you down and undermining your objectives. I want you to think about your background checking, your referencing. What's most painful? Is it the amount of admin it creates for your team? The slowing down of the hiring process and getting people started? Or the risks of it not being done properly? Answer the poll and let's see how you can get back hundreds of hours and turn that frustrating moment into a moment of candidate delight.